Hello there, my darling dragon friends. Welcome to my channel. My name is Ariel. I am the Sassy Dragon, and today we are going to be reviewing the latest La Vie Est Belle flanker from Lancôme, and that is the Vanille Nude from the same brand, same line. It's a very different fragrance, though, from the originals. Some people say they can still smell the LVEB DNA in this fragrance. I personally think it's very, very different. I will say right off, the bottle is stunning. I think it's just gorgeous. It's this beautiful kind of lacquered blush pink color with a matching little tie on the side of the bottle. So I really, really do love the way it looks. However, I'm going to tell you straight up, I am not the biggest fan of this flanker. It's just very different than what I thought it was going to be. This one was just launched, very, very new, for 2025, and Filippo and Dominique Ropion are the perfumers behind this, and they've had a lot of wonderful fragrances, so it's definitely no shade to them at all. But this one comes off, for me, I immediately get a coconut-like scent to it, with a little bit of fruitiness behind it, almost like an apricot or something. It's a little bit tangy, but the top notes of this are a solar note and jasmine, and that solar energy, I do not know exactly what that's going to comprise. It's a little bit mysterious, a little bit vague, but that definitely could bring in something like a salty or coconutty, mango-y kind of fragrance, and to me that's what I pick up from the start of this. The middle note is a bourbon vanilla, right in the heart, base note of white musk and sandalwood. I definitely think there's a little more going on in this than just those 5 components, so you can weigh in on that in the comments if you have more ideas about what that could be. The official description says it's a musky vanilla fragrance featuring notes of solar jasmine, glazed vanilla, and creamy white musk. So I think that really, what I'm getting from this that I'm not enjoying as much, it really is that it's almost a sharp note that I really was not expecting from this. I was really hoping that it would have a somewhat bright but not too sharp kind of, solar top note to it. I was hoping that the vanilla would be softer and more, like it says, glazed and a little more sugared. Not super, super oversweet, but a little more sugared, a little softer around the edges. With this one, the vanilla to me is definitely not the focal point of this. And I know there's ridiculous amounts of vanilla perfumes, but I am a vanilla lover, among many other notes, and so I was really hoping for a more soft, more diaphanous, the kind of the nude energy, right? It's kind of like a soft, glazed, almost skin-like vanilla musk, and it's just not giving me that. I really do love, I saw the commercials for this with Martha Stewart, and I always get a kick out of her, so I thought those ads were really cute, but unfortunately for me, this fragrance just does not hit the mark that I was hoping for it to hit. If it works well for your chemistry, it could turn into a really beautiful scent. It does have good longevity, even though to me it is not a super loud scent. So even though it will last pretty long, it's not going to be one of those shriekers that just overwhelms everyone and everything in the room, which is actually really nice. I think that that's a great quality to it. It does have that more soft quality in that respect. But as far as the notes, they're just a little too harsh for me. They're a little too sharp. I was hoping for them to be a little smoother, a little more well blended, honestly, because what I'm really getting when I smell this is just this sort of, it's sharp. I wouldn't call it like, how perfumes can veer into that almost pickly kind of sharpness. It's almost like too much. It almost vinegary, but it's not that sharp. But it's close. It almost has that that woodsy sharpness, that it can veer into that territory. It's close to that, which I don't really like. And I just wish that that could drop down and that they could smooth and lift the vanilla up just a little bit. I was hoping, you know, the vanilla would be a little more cloud-like, a little smoother, just a little fluffier, a little more skin, you know, skin scent, you know, musk, kind of melding into, you know, not quite completely a skin scent, but close to it. That would have been really, really dreamy. But again, gorgeous bottle, beautiful presentation on this one, but I probably will be returning that one for something else because it just did not quite hit the mark for what I was hoping for. I loved the last La Vie Est Belle flanker, the elixir with the raspberry and leather. That one was really, really nice. This one, not for me, but you may love it, so give it a try. I always recommend giving it a shot. I had to buy a full bottle because not only did I think I would like it more than I did, but because it was really hard to find this one actually. You know, nobody had it in the store for me to go smell it somewhere before I purchased it, so I just had to go ahead and just grab it, but I'm going to exchange it for something else. So I hope you guys enjoy this review. If there's any comments or quotes or anything you would like to add, please do add them to the comment section below. I always enjoy hearing your opinions and information about fragrances that I probably don't always know. And if there's anything else you would like me to review in the future, please let me know what it is. Yeah, this is very beachy. Oddly enough, this one comes out, you know, it's like a vanilla beachy scent, which I'm not always crazy about beachy scents. You know how I am with I'm a little touchy, picky about coconuts and salty notes and things like that. But it's almost like a beachy vanilla. That's what I would have called it instead. Yeah. All right, y'all. I will talk to you very soon. Take care. Goodbye for now.